Ho, 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 it's the holiday season, y'all.
Okay, not quite. It's actually October. But nonetheless, in the print-on-demand world, in the e-commerce world, it's basically Christmas. In today's video, I am excited to take you along with me as I am going to be designing. I want to focus on designs that I think have the most potential when it comes to the holiday season. One of the designs that I'm going to be creating is definitely going to have more of that holiday theme to it, but I also want to create an evergreen design, as that is something that I've personally seen a lot of success with in the Q4 holiday season. All right, before we do that, I need to clean my glasses here because your girl can't see right now. And if we're gonna design something, I should probably be able to see what I'm doing, so. Perfect. Let's get to it. If you are new to my channel, hello, my name is Taylor. I am an Etsy print-on-demand entrepreneur, also turned YouTube tutorial content creator, and I have scaled my business to multi-six figures in the last 2 years. I've been able to replace my corporate job, and now I do print on demand and create videos like this full time. So with that being said, if you like videos about print on demand, passive income, and just entrepreneurship in general, be sure to boop the subscribe button down below. I attribute all of my success with print on demand to research, doing keyword research and design research. Now, I have recently felt that there's a lot of tutorials, a lot of information about finding keywords, and I think you're pretty good at finding keywords that are high search, low competition. If you're not, I will have some videos on those specific topics and how to do that keyword research down below. But an area that I have found is often lacking is the design research aspect of creating a print-on-demand product that is actually going to sell. Because most people who are pursuing print-on-demand, myself included in this batch of people that I'm thinking of here, we don't really have design backgrounds, most of us. And that is kind of a problem when it comes to creating designs and creating designs that are actually going to sell on a product. So with that, I have mastered-ish, I don't like to use the word mastered really with myself, but I think I've found a really great way to conduct design research in a efficient way that helps me create best-selling designs, and I'm excited to walk you through a little bit of that process and show you how I actually put it to use and create some designs. Now, one of the main areas that I like to do my design research personally is directly on Etsy. Since that is the platform that I primarily sell my print-on-demand products on, it makes sense for me to do a little bit of research and see what's actually selling on Etsy right now. My process looks kind of like this. Basically, I go to Etsy and I look in several different product types. I might look in apparel, phone cases, tote bags, mugs, candles, stickers, tons of different product types. When I am in each of those product types, I like to filter down to the best-selling listings in each of them. By looking at the best-selling listings, I can get a clear shot of what is actually making money for sellers currently on Etsy. What I then do is I like to draw components out of these best-selling designs. I like to analyze things like the format of the design. What colors are they using? What types of fonts and text are they using? What is the niche in some of the designs that is selling really well? These are all just some of the examples of things that I'm going to pull out of this research that I'm doing, my design research, so that I can start taking a little bit of all of these different components, put them all together, and make my own design baby. The reason that this has worked so well for me is I am pulling components that are already proven to sell. So I might be using a font style that's working really good in one niche and bring that same font style combined with a design style that's doing well in another niche, bring those two winning elements into my own unique design that stands out amongst the search results. Recently, in my design research, I have come across this design style. Now, I have seen this design style honestly just copied. I've seen several shops literally just post this exact same design, which when I'm doing design research and I'm pulling components, that is the farthest thing from what I want to do. That is the quickest way to honestly fail and not really see success with a listing. If your listing looks like everybody else's, it's probably not going to be a winner for you. But instead, what I like to pull from this, because this is a listing that this design style, the reason people keep taking it and keep repurposing it and selling it on tons of different things is because it's a bestseller, because it's proven. But what we can actually do differently is analyze the components of this design to create our own unique version in a standout way that is going to give us a better chance at creating our own bestseller. What I would pull out from this design specifically is understanding the format. We know that this is more so a 3x3 type grid pattern. It has a checkered format, and it also has a little bit of a distressed look to it. Each of these little quadrants, I'll call them, have a element within them. In this case, they're doing the flowers, but these are the components that I am going to try to repurpose in a new way for my own holiday themed design. With that being said, let's jump into Kittl, which is what I'm going to be using to design today. If you've never heard of Kittl, Kittl is a design software that is very print-on-demand friendly. When it comes to print on demand and creating designs, it's really important that you are using a design software that gives you the rights to the graphics and elements that you're using within it. If you're selling a product and you have a design on it, and if you don't have rights to the elements and graphics that you're using in that design, you can get yourself into a lot of trouble, and we don't want that. So it's important that you are using a safe software for your print-on-demand business. Highly recommend Kittl for that reason. I do have a link in the description just in case you do want to try out Kittl. I also have a coupon code for you as well. We are going to go ahead and start by creating a new project here in Kittl. When you are starting a new project, you can always go to their POD presets. Like I said, Kittl is very print-on-demand friendly, and there are tons of already preset templates for you when it comes to maybe what product you're designing for. For example, if I was designing for a t-shirt, with Printify specifically, I could actually go to this little t-shirt preset right here. Tons of different options. They have a mug, hoodie, notebooks, stickers, all types of different preset templates for you. However, for this, I'm gonna just keep it safe, and I'm gonna change our DPI to 300. This is gonna set our size and our dimensions of our canvas to 5,000 by 5,000, which generally is a pretty safe place to be when it comes to creating a high resolution graphic for your print-on-demand products. To get started with my own design, I am going to start by grabbing a square, and I am going to make a little bit of a checkered grid similar to what we saw in our inspo design. Now I've laid these 3 out in a row, and I am going to just copy and paste these. I promise there's a method to the madness right now. I just want to create our grid first, make sure that it's even. Now I'm gonna delete what I don't need, and see, that just made it so much easier. All right, next thing that I'm going to do here, I want to make this Christmas themed. I think this would be a really cute idea to repurpose for the holiday season. So I'm gonna just look up some different Christmas elements, and I'll show you what I come up with. All right, I'm a very much a trust the process kind of girl. I know that this doesn't really look like a lot, but trust the process. So what we are going to do next for this is I want anything that is in a square, I'm gonna make it white. And then anything that is not in a square, I'm going to make all the same color as what I make the squares. So if that doesn't make sense, just watch. It'll make sense in a minute. It's coming together, it's coming together. This is my vision so far. However, we are not complete. If I were to, for example, let's just change the color of the artboard really quick. Imagine this was going on a gray shirt. Now, if I were to export this just as so and not do anything else, this is how it would print on the item. And going back to our inspo here, there is more of that transparent, distressed look. That's what I want to go for with my design. And it's super easy to do actually here. It's just a couple extra little steps. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and just group this together. I always like to do this when I have multiple elements going on, because otherwise you start dragging things around and they get discombobulated, and it's just kind of a pain to get it all back together. So making that a little bit larger, it's all grouped together. I am going to download this, remove background. I always click optimize quality. We're gonna download this and then we're gonna add it back in, and I'll show you what we're gonna do after that. All right, so I've just duplicated the artboard. I wanna drag this in. I wanna show a side-by-side kind of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it so that it makes the most sense possible. So we have our design. Let's go ahead and make this larger. Now this is all one entity. This is all one thing because I've downloaded it as so. What I am going to do is use the AI background remover in Kittl. Kittl by far has the best background remover. I use it for so many things, and voila. Look at that. I think that looks so cool. Okay, so we've removed the background. What that has done for our design is we can see this was the original template per se. We have those white spots because of the designs, but now with the background remover, we've removed all of those. And now all we have to do is just add a really cool distressed texture to it, and we'll have a beautiful final product. In Kittl, I like to go to their textures, and I personally always love using these grunge textures. I tend to gravitate towards the very first one, and we just gotta make sure we're clicked on the artboard there, perfect. And then let me walk you through the settings that I do. So I like to go down here where it says color burn. I'm going to change this to alpha mask. What this is going to do is more of that distressed, transparent look. So it's going to print on our print product with more of a distressed look. Now, this is a little heavy. I'm going to modify this a little bit, and I'm also gonna clip the content. So when I click clip content, that is going to apply that grunge texture only to the design that I'm working with here. And I'm going to reduce the opacity so that it's distressed, but not that distressed. Just like that. Love the way that looks. And here is what this would look like on a mock-up. I absolutely love this. It is super simple and a design style that I think could honestly be repurposed into tons of different niches and categories. Just thinking about specific niches and maybe some little graphics that relate to it. I think that this could be really done in a lot of cute ways. And our research, we were able to pull some components that made this design possible so that we had a really good, strong foundation when creating it. I, of course, put this design style on a sweatshirt and a tote bag. Those are two product types that I personally sell. However, I think this is a design style that could also be repurposed to tons of other products, and I'm hoping that it gives you some inspiration when you're designing. The next design that I want to create is going to be still holiday themed per se. It's gonna be geared towards selling for the holidays, but not necessarily like mistletoe and Santa and sleighs and stockings and all of that. Those types of designs are super fun. However, they really only can sell during one time frame, and that's the holiday season. The best, by far the best niches that you can be targeting and designing for in the holiday season are evergreen niches. The reason that they are so successful and why I recommend them is because they are the best giftable niches to have in your store. They also are going to carry you out of Q4 and into Q1 with a print-on-demand business that is not only going to be successful, but also sustainable. Holiday designs like the one that we just created can see spikes and can see sales during the holiday season, but are people going to continue buying them once January hits? Not so much. So the next design that I do want to create in this video is going to still be a great holiday design per se, because it's going to be for a giftable area or niche and product type, but it is going to be something that also can sell in my shop in the new year, in Q1. So if your town is anything like mine, then it probably has been completely consumed by pickleballers. There are pickleball courts popping up everywhere. My gym that I go to has a pickleball factory. They literally call it the pickle factory. Nonetheless, it is something that is very much a big interest and hobby of many individuals, and I think that it is a niche that is going to make a fantastic gift this holiday season. We've seen in the past the keyword phrase pickleball shirt has been very high search volume, and there's lots of sellers having success with this niche. These are actually pulled from EverBee. So how can I relate this to my design and what I'm going to be creating today? Well, on Etsy here, I am going to just start by digging into pickleball a little bit more, and something that right away is popping up is pickleball gifts. This is something that, because I have EverBee installed, I can see the monthly searches associated with this keyword. Has about 300 monthly searches right now. My spidey senses are telling me that this is also probably going to see an even larger increase in monthly searches come November and the little bits of the beginning of December. Another thing that's standing out to me here is the keyword phrase of pickleball paddle. This has over 230 monthly searches. Very similar. I think that this is something that could be a really great gift. Now, I don't want this research and what I'm doing right now to give you this knee-jerk reaction that you need to go immediately and design pickleball paddles and pickleball gifts. That's not what I'm doing here. I just want to give you that over-the-shoulder glance at the process and the things that I'm looking at so that I can create something that's in demand and going to hopefully sell this Q4 season. You can apply these same steps into your own niches and what you are looking to pursue for your business. So maybe pickleball isn't it, but maybe you have another word that you can replace pickleball with and do this same research on your own. I do want to also include, I have a link that is a discount to EverBee in the description box below. So as I'm seeing these monthly searches and what I encourage you to look for when you're doing your keyword research, looking for keywords with high monthly searches is going to be your best friend in finding products that are in demand and finding keywords that people are actively typing into the search bar. So my link for EverBee will get you 50% off your first 2 months with EverBee. Highly recommend it so that you can find keywords that are proven by search volume. I do want to take this a little bit further. So just searching for pickleball gifts, I am now going to use the product analytics tool. Recently got a little bit of a facelift, so if it looks a little bit different, those who are familiar with EverBee, that is why, but there's a lot of really cool new things that I want to show you that have been helping me in my design research and can help you too, hopefully. One of the things I always like to filter by is monthly revenue, so I'm going to filter by that really quick. We can see this first gift here. It's a personalized pickleball bag. And of course, we can't necessarily make a exact bag like this, but we can still pull inspiration from it. So scrolling down, I want to jump into the tags. Something that I have been loving that has been helping me with my research recently is this color coordinated system and a little bit more information about the keyword score for the keywords being used in existing listings. All of these keywords along the top here all are ranked high with their keyword score, which basically is saying that they have good search volume and not a ton of competition. I can pull a lot of inspiration here and maybe some phrases that would be applicable to me in my print-on-demand business, and I encourage you to do the same. I am somebody who does sell tote bags. That's been a great product type of mine that I absolutely love selling in my print-on-demand business, and something that stands out to me that's very relevant to what I could potentially use in my own shop is custom pickle tote. That is a keyword phrase that is receiving a high keyword score, and I could definitely use that in my tote bag listings if I'm maybe creating a pickleball tote bag. Another thing that stands out to me here is the keyword phrase of monogram pickleball. It's not necessarily rated the highest, but it still has a decent keyword score, and I think that creating a monogram custom pickleball paddle gift, you see how I just combined all of those keywords that we saw in this research phase, that could be a really cool concept and a really great gift idea that I could create a design for and sell this holiday season. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, maybe this was a whole planned out deceptive ploy for me to be able to design a pickleball paddle. It might have been. I recently discovered these pickleball paddles on Printify's website in their catalog. It's one of their new products, and I just think it would be a really cool product type to design for. So did I do a little bit of research to make this make sense and to make this happen? Yes. Yes, I did. But research doesn't lie. The numbers didn't lie. There's a lot of great search volume and a lot of great data behind what would make this make sense to sell in a print-on-demand business. So that's what I'm gonna be designing for. But again, please don't take this as that you need to design pickleball paddles and that you need to design pickleball gifts. Replace the word pickleball with some niches and interests of yours so that you can follow that same research pattern using EverBee, looking at the keyword scores to create your own unique design as well. Now, because this is a product that I have personally never designed yet for, in Printify, I do want to show you where I get my dimensions from often, because while Kittle does have the presets for a lot of common products, sometimes if you're working with a little bit of a more unique product like so, you do need to grab the dimensions for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and click Start Designing on this product type, and this is the print area size right here. This 2542 by 3585, that's what I'm actually gonna go plug into Kittle. For this, I am going to go with a just super cool minimalistic approach. I want to bring in some different design components that I've pulled from design research in the past and bring it into a really cool, unique, custom pickleball paddle design. All right, so I had one idea in my head, but now I'm kind of leaning a different direction, which is very common and normal when I'm designing sometimes. A little bit scatterbrained some days, but I went into the templates on Kittle actually, and I just typed in monogram because I do want to do a monogram design and I really like the idea of that. But I was trying to get a little bit more inspiration as far as the format. There's tons of different ways that you can do a monogram style design. And I stumbled upon this monogram that I really liked. So I think I'm going to take it and just put it in my design to some regard. I'm gonna make some modifications, but that's the cool thing about Kittle is you are safe to use a lot of their things as is. So I'm gonna bring that over here and I'm going to play around with this and show you the finished result. All right, I'm gonna be so real with you for a sec. This is what I've gotten to, and I don't hate it, but I don't love it. And so instead, I'll keep this. We'll keep it off to the side to glance at, but I think I want to, if I just get rid of, oh gosh, not all that. I want to get rid of some, but not all that. Let's get rid of the background image. Okay, I found this really cute pattern actually over on Creative Fabrica, and it is actually by this, let me find it. It is by this creator on Creative Fabrica, Kat and me, and I don't know, I just want to go in a different direction with this pickleball paddle, and I'm actually thinking about ordering it for myself, so I just really want to love it. And yeah, I'm gonna make this the background. I still want to go with the monogram design, but you know what, coquette is something that has been very popular and trendy, and I think I'm gonna bring that element into my pickleball paddle. Sometimes that's just the reality of creating a design. It is something that sometimes you get through a design and you just don't love it anymore, you know, and then you go back to the drawing board and you play around with different elements and different things, and you come to something that you actually really enjoy. So that's what I'm doing here. I could have cut this out of the video, but I don't know. I just like to be very realistic, and sometimes I get comments that when I design, it looks so easy and it looks so simple, and I just want to say that it's not always like that. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of playing around and trying different things. So I'm hoping that this will maybe make my designing just a little bit more relatable. I think now I like this as the background. I think this is a lot cuter. I'm gonna go back into our elements. I'm gonna keep it simple. I think I'm gonna just add a circle, and I think we need to play around with our placement. Let's bring our circle up to the top, bring this down. There we go. That way that's in the middle. And I'm going to just bring this up like so that it's slightly higher. I'm envisioning that this will be on the thicker or wider part of the paddle. I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna match it to, actually I'm gonna match it to the red in the cherry. And then let's go back to our templates, and I am gonna pull still a monogram style from another template. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's ungroup that. I'm gonna bring back our letters from this monogram. So we'll grab our T, we'll put that towards the middle, like so. And then P, I like that. It's so much simpler. I think that's what was drawing me away from this first design. I think it just started feeling really heavy. There was a lot going on. So we're gonna just we're gonna delete that. I don't wanna ever look at that ever again. So instead we're gonna have this. I like this. I think one thing I do wanna do though is I wanna make the letters actually match the pink. So let's do that. Perfect. I really like that. Let's go ahead and download it. Now with this, we don't have to worry about removing background or anything like that. I will just click optimize quality, download, and then let's bring this over to Printify. I want to see what this looks like on a mock-up. Hey, there we go. I like that. All right, so let's just make this a little bit bigger just to fill the space. And perfect. Let's go ahead and preview this. This is so cute. I am loving this. And there we have our pickleball paddle. I think, again, this would just be such a great gift. I just know so many people personally, friends, family, that have gotten into pickleball as a hobby. And I think that something like this would honestly be a really cool gift for them, just a little personalized pickleball paddle. But I love the way that this turned out. I am happy with how the design ended up. Sometimes designs start one way, end up another, and that is okay. Let me know down in the comments which of these two designs were your favorite and which one were you most inspired by. Be sure to grab my discount code to Kittle if you wanted to give Kittle a try for yourself. And I do have the link for EverBee, which will get you 50% off your first 2 months when you're doing your design research. Looking at keywords, getting inspiration, you definitely want to be using a research tool, so that will be linked in the description box below. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to give it a thumbs up. That just lets me know that you enjoyed it and helps get this video out to others who might enjoy it as well. As always, I hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!